Don't come to Amsterdam. Dutch capital tells rowdy tourists to stay away.
Here's a summary of the article.
Amsterdam's well-known tolerance of recreational drugs and sex has long attracted tourists in search of the seedier side to the city of canals and cycle paths. Amsterdam needs tourists. Without them our wonderful museums and restaurants wouldn't survive, says Nicola Theobald, who has lived in the center of the city for 30 years. The city council has spent €100,000 on an online campaign encouraging people to visit the city's cultural heritage, while also warning disrespectful nuisance tourists that they are not welcome. With tourists gone, Amsterdam locals reclaim their city. We do not want to go back to what we saw before the pandemic, where massive crowds in the red light district and the city's entertainment areas caused a nuisance to residents, a statement by the city council reads. The aim of the online campaign is to stimulate desired behavior among tourists, says Geerte Udo, chief executive of Amsterdam and Partners, the city's promotion agency. The latest campaign is part of the city council's mission to present Amsterdam in a new light, leaving behind its notorious reputation as a party destination where anything goes. Amsterdam does not want to be known as the city of coffee shops and the red light district. It is fairly tacky and has negative connotations, says Co Coens, professor of new urban tourism at the University of Applied Sciences in Rotterdam.
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
That's how we feel here in, and search any major place of tourism in the world.
Imagine it's going to be a while before tourists are greeted with open arms anywhere in the world.
People are saying that it'll come back, but I highly doubt the sentiment of disliking tourists will die. It's been a full year of none and then minimal tourism, and places have enjoyed having their neighborhoods without loud and obnoxious people.
I live on the beach in St. Augustine and can confirm.
New York City also confirms.
Berlin can confirm.
Last time I was there it was crowded as hell, but tourists were okay. It was the fucking dudes on bikes selling nitrous balloons on every goddamn corner that pissed me off.
That was a plague for a bit, but illegal now.
Large crowds are always going to be noisy and a nuisance, no matter how respectful the individuals in them may be.
Amsterdam does have a reputation among other EU countries that does encourage it though. Groups of 19-year-olds don't tend to save up to Paris together, they go sesh in Amsterdam.
If 19 yoffs want to go someplace smoke weed, that's not a problem. The problem is being a nuisance to locals, and the drunks are probably a bigger problem. Anyway, the problem is how you do it. Are you drinking outside partying where people live and pissing in the streets? Or going to the clubs and drinking inside?
I wonder what would happen if they outlawed booze only and let people smoke as much weed as they want. I bet they would be less rowdy. It's the booze.
Ah yes, rowdy tourists who are well known to listen to directions.
I once saw an Australian group of tourists take on a steel door in a transit hub in New York City. They lost, but they put up a good fight and appeared to be immune to pain due to their alcohol consumption. Instilled a competing sense of disgust and awe in me. Does this mean the annoying tour guides with the umbrellas are back?
If only we had some way to mellow out all those rowdy tourists.
In my experience traveling, nobody wants obnoxious, disrespectful and destructive tourists. The people I meet never pissed in the street, assaulted anyone, or trashed the city. Those people are likely behaving the same way on the weekend when they're at home. Because if you're a destructive asshole back home, you'll be the same destructive asshole when you travel.
I actually had a very nice chat with a prostitute in Amsterdam who wanted to practice her English. She said the majority of tourists, even the ones who come for the drugs and brothels, are very nice people. Even the noisy college guys are usually just noisy because they're bashful about seeing a nearly naked woman in a shop window and tend to shut up after a few minutes. It's only a very small minority who are destructive assholes. Unfortunately, one person smashing a streetcar stop still leaves us with a smashed stop, and it's hard to divorce the destruction from the thousands of perfectly nice tourists.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.